Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and I thought I'd bring you along with me. I'm trying to get a few things ready for the freezer, stuff like that, just to have some extra meals or little sides and stuff put away in the freezer, so I have them in case I need them for a night that we're too busy and I just don't have time, because you know, now it's summer and it gets hectic. You're out doing gardening things, you're doing stuff like that, you're running around, whatever. So I already started doing up some ground beef in two different ones. This is going to be chili, and this is going to be, which I need to turn this down apparently, oh, what do you call it, shoot, I can't think, I call it that spicy stroganoff. I know if you've followed me for a while, you've seen me make it before. So anyway, it's really easy. Everything is low carb, but the spicy stroganoff is just ground beef, cream cheese, Rotel tomatoes, garlic powder, stuff like that, and I'm making a double batch of it. So I'm gonna do that up and then I can just put it away and have it when I need it. I'm also making a thing of chili. I'm gonna split it in half so it can go in the freezer, and my chili is never the same. Do you guys like that? Because you know, I don't measure anything, so it's never the same. I need to make a veggie frittata that I want to have so it's ready for breakfast for the rest of the week, and a fiesta taco casserole, so that will be ready for the freezer also. So anyway, I thought I'd bring you along, have you join me, and let's get some stuff cooking in the kitchen. Cheers! I forgot, I'm also making sausage balls, a double batch of those, and all that is I just do sausage and cheese and garlic powder, stuff like that, mix it together, bake them in the oven, and they are so freaking amazing. So I'm making a double batch, so that way we can use them for breakfast. We can use them as just a snack if I want them at lunchtime or something like that, or put them in my husband's lunch, whatever. But at least I'll have them done and ready, and they are so good. I just love them. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so right now I just got the grease, some of the grease off the burger. This is like 2.5 pounds burger. I'm gonna put 2 blocks of cream cheese in there. And I gotta go downstairs and get my Rotels. Oh, you know, I wonder if I should use, I don't know, I haven't decided if I want to use the regular Rotels or my canned version that I have myself that I made. But that might be a little, I don't know yet. They may be a little spicy. So all that's in here is salt and pepper right now. I haven't done anything else besides now add the cream cheese, and I just got it on low. I'm just kind of letting it simmer down, and I'm gonna cut up some stuff for the chili over here real quick. Okay, so you haven't seen these little guys in a long time, have you? All right, so I got my onion goggles on because I got to cut up an onion for the chili, and I got a poblano pepper for the chili, and I got to get a bell pepper for the chili. Ta-da, bell pepper. Okay, let's do this. Let's cut these up. Oh, and as usual, I always put a time limit on myself, so I told myself I either watch YouTube videos while I do this stuff and see how long the videos are and go from there. So I want to have this done. I've been going about 20 minutes now, 25 minutes. I give myself no more than 2 hours. I want it done. So that's what I'm doing. I'm focused. Can you tell? Real quick, I walk in the living room and look at him. He's sitting in this thing, and it is hot out. It's like 80-some degrees here. I do have the window open. The air is on. It's my money, my bills. But he doesn't want to get out of the sun. But look how chunky he looks. And he's like leg hanging out. Oh my God, he's cracking me up. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit of cheese to this. And it holds it together. Not that it's not held together okay right now, but I like to add a little extra cheese. Cheese. All right. I'm going to put it in a couple pans and it will be done. One down. Well, 2, really. Okay, so you can see some juice going there. I'm gonna put some chili powder in. I always have to adjust. Cumin. Uh-oh, I have to fill this. Uh-oh. No worries. I always have cumin. I love cumin. And then I do have some ancho chili powder. Oh, it smells so good. Cumin makes a chili. Just saying. Okay. Now, of course, garlic powder, right? You know, I always watch other people season onion powder, might as well. And I think, oh my God, they put a lot on. And then I think, oh, no, I guess they don't. Because then when I season, you know, it's what you like. Okay, so I'm going to get, okay, I'm going to fill a can with water. This is how my mom always did it. Pour that in. And if I have to adjust and put more in there, then I will. But I'm just gonna let this simmer. I don't do beans. We eat low carb. I mean, there are black soybeans that I have put in here before, but I'm not gonna do it on this one. I sparingly use them because they're a little pricey and you don't find them all the time. So I like to just keep them in my pantry for special occasions. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna let that simmer. Okay, I also wanted to let you know, do not throw away your scrap veggies, people. Remember, if you follow me for a while, and you know, during my canning adventures, make your own veggie broth. So, I'm putting the whole pepper, everything, in there. Fine, I'm putting the onion scraps in here. It just goes in the freezer, in a Ziploc bag. I'll put this in there. Trying to get it all off the counter here. And then it goes right back. It's full. I could probably do a batch, but I like to have like 2 bags full, so I need to start a second one. And whatever veggies, if you have pieces of carrots, you know, all that stuff. And yeah, you put it in the crock pot with some water and such, and you let it simmer all day long and make your own broth. And then you can it up, and it's amazing. Of course, when it's frozen, it's kind of hard to zip the bag. But we got this. There we go. See? Isn't that pretty? Look at all this stuff that's in there. There are different peppers in here. There's some green bean ends that I put in here. Yeah, so I would have chopped that little piece of pepper up a little bit better. It probably would have fit in here, but I'm more than I did. Okay, going back in the freezer to make broth at some other day. Okay, so in here I have 2 pounds of sausage. You can use spicy hot sausage, which I do a lot of times. The sage sausage, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to put in a whole bag of sharp cheddar cheese, the 8 ounce, and a lot of garlic powder. And that is it, people. These are sausage balls. I know back in the day, a retro version of sausage balls had like the biscuit in them and stuff, and they used them at parties. They used them, you know, for breakfast, stuff like that. So I wanted a version because I'm pretty retro sometimes. So, anyway, I gotta take my mom's ring off. And, so I came up with these because I wanted them to still be low carb. And you really don't need the biscuit. The biscuit, I do understand. It does taste a little slightly different because then you're going to have, you know, a puffier, little more substance to it. Great for parties, stuff like that. But so are these. I've served these at parties, and people love them. And I usually bake them up first, and then, just kind of keep them heated. I bake them halfway and keep them heated in the crock pot, and then they continue to cook while they're in it. and that way they don't get too overcooked or anything. Now, sausage is very, you can see, dense. So once I get going, I add more garlic powder to it. What would I do without my garlic powder? It'd be horrible. But you want to get your cheese. This is the only part I hate, because now my hands, you know, sausage is so greasy and it sticks. Sticks pretty well. I'm going to add just a little bit more cheese, but this is mild cheddar. You can use, I used the sharp earlier. You can use whatever you have. It's all about just helping yourself out, giving yourself like a, you know, a little grace period, a little grace in life where you can just, okay, I have some of these things prepared in the freezer or in the fridge early in the week. So this goes great with breakfast, with scrambled eggs. A lot of times I'll do these, make some up and put the rest in the freezer and have some ready for during the week. Already baked up, I just have to heat them in the microwave and I make some scrambled eggs and that's their breakfast in the morning. So we start to work it. Okay, that's it. I might add a little bit more. This is a double batcher. Okay. Sorry. You know, I told you I'm on a time limit. Okay, we're going to get out some pans, roll some balls, and put them in the oven. Okay, so I got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 here, and I still got a little bit left. I actually made these bigger than I normally do, but you know, it's sausage. It does shrink down a little bit. So they're going to go in the oven. I do it at 375, and it's about 20 minutes. We'll see. They're a little bigger, so they may go a little longer, but yeah, that's easy. Now we're going to make, I got 2 things of burger left. I'm going to make the taco casserole. Is that what I'm making? Ugh, can't see. Hold on. Yes, keto taco casserole. So it's got like some, I don't know, what do you call it? Salsa, stuff like that in there. Sorry, had YouTube playing. So that'll have some ground beef, taco seasoning, make up your own, use a packet, whatever you want to do. More cheddar cheese, 4 eggs, some heavy cream, salt, and I don't know. Yeah, and salsa. So I'm gonna, I don't know. I think I'm gonna make a normal size one, and then I might do a small version one. So we'll see what I get out of this when I get going. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna get the burger going here real quick. Sausage balls are still cooking. This over here is off the burner now. It's cooling down so I can package it up. Over here I got 2 like 8x8s of that spicy stroganoff, and I got a little one here for lunch for my husband tomorrow. I took a little bit out of those so we could have a little extra for lunch for him tomorrow because he is obsessed with it, loves it. It is so good. Okay, so I put in just a packet of taco seasoning. I think our balls are done. And I drained the fat and put in the 1 packet of seasoning. I think that will be fine. And I'm just incorporating it. And then we're going to set this aside. It smells good. Okay. Put that aside for right now. Get our balls out and get going on the rest of this casserole. We're almost done. We have this one and then the frittata, and then we're done. So there's our balls. Look at all that cheese. So when you let this cool and this cheese is all around it, it's so good to pick off there and eat. Just a little tidbit of information. These ones got a little more browner over here because I did them a little smaller so I could get more out of them. But that's fine. This is just baked cheese. It's still good. Trust me. I've done it a million times. I make these a lot. Okay. So let's get going. Okay. So since I'm kind of doubling this whole situation, I did 8 eggs in here. I'm gonna break them up. Break. Look at that whisk action. That's hard to say. Whisk action. That's good. That's way more exercise than I like to do in a day. Then I'm going to add probably, I'm using heavy cream. You can use half and half if you want to. About 1.5 cups. I want to splatter. And salsa, whatever salsa you have. I have canned my own salsa, but at the same time I still got jars downstairs, and I might as well just use some of these up. About 1/2 cup total. So remember, if you're doing this just an individual one, just do like about 1/4 cup. You can use the hot, whatever, that's a medium one. Do a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more. Because I don't measure, remember. That's good. I am going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Because, you know, it's me, and it's garlic powder. We need a little bit of salt. Wherever the hell my salt is. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. You don't want a lot because, you know, it's obviously in the taco packet unless you did your own homemade. Normally I would do my own homemade, but I don't know. I got a few of those taco packets around, so screw it. I'll use them. Okay. And we're gonna have taco cheese around here somewhere. Nacho taco cheese. So you use about 1 cup per, but I doubled this, remember? So I'm gonna use about 2 cups of it, but you do want to sprinkle some on top. So I'm not gonna, I do have more. So I'm not worried if I just put regular cheddar on top. If you don't have the nacho taco, don't worry about it. Use whatever cheddar you have. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now we're going to add this taco meat in here, and hopefully this doesn't overflow because that would be horrible. Okay. That actually went really well. Way better than I thought it was going to. So yay me. Mix it. And then do it in, I'm doing it in those like 8x8, 9x9 casserole dishes, whatever. So that's how I'm gonna do this in. All right, I think we are good. Now let's grease up some pans. Okay, so I decided to do them into 3 like little smaller ones for us. I didn't want to fill it too much because remember there's eggs in there, so it is going to poof up there. So I'm going to use the rest of my cheese up, and like I said, I had another cheese, so we like cheese, just so you know. Lots and lots of cheese. If I can get this open. Okay. And I'm just going to put a light amount on. There's enough cheese in here. All right, we're gonna go in the oven at 350 for, because I did them in smaller versions, I'm gonna do we just want the, you know, when you're doing like a souffle or something, you want the middles to set. So probably about, I'm gonna say 25 minutes, I'm gonna check them, and then we'll go from there. Okay, you guys, I sliced up 2 zucchini and a half an onion, and it's sauteing in olive oil right now. My battery died, so I'm trying to do this off the charger real quick. In the meantime, I put 10 eggs in here, scrambled, well, whisked those up, And we're waiting about 10 minutes, sauteing some of the zucchini up, and then we're gonna assemble all this. Okay, so while that is sauteing up, I'm gonna put in about a teaspoon of dried parsley in my eggs. Teaspoon of oregano. If you don't have these, use Italian seasoning, it'll be okay. And you can use sour cream, but I like to zhuzh it up a little bit and give it a little extra flavor with the French onion chip dip. But yeah, you heard me right. About a half a cup. So good. So it adds extra flavor and everything in there, so it's so yummy. Let me get some salt and pepper. And remember, that chip dip has salt in it too, so. All right. I add just a hair more of the chip dip. I could eat this chip dip without chips. I could just eat it. I could just eat it off the spoon. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so you can see I sauteed them up, cooked them up, got them all nice and brown and caramelized with the onions. Yummy! And now I let them cool just a little bit. I set the oven for 400. I sprayed this pan, and I'm going to pour, not that you guys can see anything because you know I'm so rude that way, but pour that all in there. We're gonna bake it for a little bit and then pull it out, and we're gonna top it with cheese and put some tomatoes on top. I did want to show you all 3 of these. Cooked up beautifully. They're cooling down so I can get them ready for the freezer. I am keeping one out for dinner tonight because I'm not gonna go through all this and cook dinner. So one of these will be for dinner tonight. Okay, so I let it go for about 25 minutes. And I'm going to put cheese on it. I'm going to top it with bacon bits also. So isn't it looking amazing already? I know. So excited. But you know, I have to get my cheese on here. Oh, that's the oven. Still going off. Like reminding me it's not done yet. Put some bacon bits on here. This I will just keep in the fridge. You can freeze it. I would just keep it in the fridge though this week because we're going to use this for breakfast. And then I will put what I can on here. Try to do them as thin as I could. These were Romas. You can also do this in like one of those round pie pans. But, oh Lord, it's going to drive some people nuts, I'm sure, because it's not symmetrical. But I didn't. I just had the square one, so I'm using what I have, right? A little more parsley, make it pretty. And it's going to go back in the oven probably for another 10-15 minutes. Okay, and there is the frittata. Now I'm just going to let that cool, get that covered up and labeled. Oh, actually, I don't have to label. We're going to use that all week, so that's going to sit out here. So these are ready for the freezer. This one is just going to go in the fridge for later on this week. These are going, and I have them labeled to go in the freezer. They're all nicely labeled. They stick. I put saran wrap down and, well, the cling, what is that? Press and seal, and then tin foil. So they're all labeled, ready for the freezer. Just let them cool a little bit longer. And then my chili. So yeah. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed hanging out with me, making some prepared meals for the freezer and for later on in the week for breakfast and stuff like that. And hopefully it inspired you to put a few things away in your freezer or your fridge. Prepare that. Get it in there because it's going to get busy. It's summertime, people. So give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Cheers.